Today we're going to talk about the app Remind. Remind is a homeschool communication app that allows for students, teachers, and parents to communicate while protecting the teacher's personal contact information. Through Remind, participants can send and receive messages via SMS, email, and push notifications through the app. Links and files can also be sent via Remind, which I'll share more later in this video. So, to create an account, you'll just click Sign Up. But since I already have an account, I'm just going to click Login. You'll notice that you'll have some options when you are creating your account. You can either just enter your email and create a password, or you'll notice you can even sign in with Google. That way, if you already have a Google account or your school is associated with Google, you can just sign up easily clicking on Google. Also, it will prompt you to type in your school's name. That way, if other teachers in your building are also using Remind, you can connect with them and send messages via Remind with them. When you get signed up, you'll notice over here, I already have classes created. But for you, when you obviously will not have these classes created. So what you can easily do is just go to the top here and click Create a Class. And then you can come up with a class name. So for example, if I wanted to call this TCH 410, I can even generate my class code. So maybe I want this to be my last name with the year. Maybe the current year. And then I can click my school that I'm associated with. You'll have down here that I will only message people 13 or under. If your students are younger than that, you can unclick that, but then it will just say that they'll ask for the parent's email address so that everyone can stay connected. Now I have my class created up here, TCH 410. In order to add people, I can click up here, and I have some different options of ways that I want to do this. I could start typing in my students' names, and then their email or phone number. Or if I would prefer to connect parents, I can click the parent's name. Again, I can put their phone number or email. If they have a secondary option, I can do that as well. So you could do that all manually. You'll notice here that you can copy and paste directly from a Google Sheets or a Microsoft Excel. So if you already have that information provided, you could easily do that way. There's other ways to do this if you don't want to manually enter. You can click invitations to send to parents. You'll notice that you can also change the language. So if a parent didn't speak English, you could click a different language. For example, a lot of my students, their home language is Spanish, so I could download the instructions in Spanish. Or if I was having a back to school night, meet the teacher night, I can click in-person instructions, and I could have this displayed on my screen for parents to connect. And then I could also click to share a link. So if I had a class website that people could easily access, I could just include my link on there and parents could easily sign up or students could sign up that way. So for this demonstration, I'm just going to go ahead and manually enter this in. Since I'm just creating this video for our class, I'm just connected myself to this account, pretending as if I was the parent in this situation. Once you send or invite parents, they will get a text message sent to their phone, and they can just click the link verifying that yes, they do want to join. And then if they want, they can download the app, but it's not a requirement. They will still get announcements via text message even if they choose not to download the app. which is nice. Sometimes parents are unfamiliar how to download apps, or their phone is full and don't have room for any more apps, so they can still get those communications. So you'll notice this is the class I'm associated with. If I wanted to send one to my English class or to my math class, I could click here and send out a message that way. So what I could do is I could create an announcement by clicking this pencil up here. And I'm going to search for who I want to send this to. So I could send this to multiple classes if I wanted to, or if I just wanted to send it to a specific group. So I'm going to do this for our TCH 410 and click continue. I have the option of including any additional links, photos or videos, uploading a file. I can connect to my Google Drive, Google Classroom. So there's just a lot of different availability. The ones that I could see myself using the most would be the photo or video, a file, sign up, which you can have parents actually sign up for parent-teacher conferences digitally, as well as Flipgrid are the ones that I see myself using most. So for my announcement, I might say, welcome to TCH 410. Then I could just click if I wanted to include or upload a video or a document. I could easily just click here. The really nice thing as well that I can do is if I click right here, I can click schedule. So maybe I don't want this announcement to go out right now, but I would rather have it go out on Monday, the 18th, and I want it to go out at 4:00 p.m. I can just scroll and select this option. We'll just do 4:30. And then I can click schedule. And that message will not go out until Monday at 4:30. And you'll even notice here I have one scheduled announcement. So I could go back and click here, and if I wanted to edit this or even delete it, I have that option until Monday the 18th at 4:30 to do so. I could also send messages. I could choose to send this individually, or I could choose to send this to the whole group. So I could choose to select this just to some individuals or to the whole group. So again, I have the same options, and I could schedule this message being sent as well. I'm just going to go ahead and discard this for now since we kind of already did something similar. So since I sent the invitation to myself and I accepted, I was then prompted by Remind to, I could download the app or I could respond right there as a text message. So I went ahead and did that, and you'll notice that I got a notification from this student or this parent. It's in bold. That's how I know I got a notification. So I could click here, and it will tell me the message that they sent. Hello, Mrs. Wiggs. I'm excited to learn with you this semester. And you'll notice down here it says it is outside of office hours. I went ahead and set up office hours so that students and parents know when it's okay to contact me. Now, since it's outside of office hours, the student then receives a message saying it is possible that your teacher will not respond until this time and this day, whenever my office hours were to start. So for example, mine are you can contact me from 7 a.m. Monday through Friday until 7 p.m. So then it might say Mrs. Wiggs will not respond until Monday starting at 7 a.m. So that way they're aware of it. I could choose to respond to them sooner, but that is kind of setting up the precedent of, oh, well, the office hours don't matter. So that's kind of up to you. But I could choose to respond back and say, thank you. I am excited as well. And you'll notice I have a nice option down here to translate. If my first language was not Spanish, or sorry, was not English, but a different language, I could have that translated so that I would be able to understand the teacher's message. The parent could also respond in their home language, and I can read it in English. So that is a nice option. I can again click attachments if I wanted to include an attachment. so I can respond back. And you'll notice here it says, uh-oh, Hillary Wiggs won't be available until Monday at 7 a.m. And I can choose to send anyway or no. So I'm just going to go ahead and say yes. And you'll notice that it was sent, and I have a nice timestamp here that I can check out. The way that I have my account set up is anytime a parent or a student were to send me a message back that I would get a notification. I chose to get a notification via text message as well as email. If I wanted to choose to select that, turn that off, all I have to do is click over here on the ellipsis and then select turn off replies, and then I would no longer receive any of the person's replies. So that's nice as an option there. Now when I were to send an announcement or a message, if I were to click on this arrow just right over here, it will then kind of give me a report. How many people read the message and how many people it was delivered to. I could then click here to see who actually read it and who it was delivered to, and if there was an error, it was unable to send to anyone, it would give me that information as well. You can see that I can send pictures. Now I do, from my experience, if you were to send a picture attachment, the only way for them to see that would be via email or on the app. They would not get that picture in the text message format. So just something to be aware of if you were to choose to use Remind. Also, you can send out links. I recommend, if you're going to send more than one link, to organize it by putting spaces in between. Otherwise, it might get lost. But the link will appear in a text message format. If you were to include a link, parents can then just click on that link and open whatever attachment that you chose to send. One thing I do want to point out, when you're sending an individual message, unfortunately, this is something that you cannot schedule. The only thing you can schedule ahead of time is if you're going to send a message to the entire group, or if you're sending an announcement to the entire group. Those are the only things that you can schedule. You cannot schedule an individual message to a student or to a parent. Just something to keep in mind when choosing to use Remind. Now, in order to set up office hours or just to change some things about your account, you can click up here at the down screen, go to Account Settings, and then if I go to Notification Preferences and scroll down, this is where I can set up my office hours. I can pick the times as well as the days that I would like my office hours. I can easily turn them on or off by selecting there. I also can choose to allow replies to my messages. Maybe I don't want people to contact me or to receive copies of my class announcements. You can choose those things as well. You can also choose to add your phone and people could call you. Again, that is up to you. App integrations, you can see which ones you're connected with. You can disconnect these apps if you do not want to use them. That again is up to you. You can check out your archived classes. Something else useful is your message history. If you ever needed proof for an observation, or if there was just a situation and you needed that log, you can select which class you would like and the dates, the start and end date, and then click export, and then it will send you an attachment in an email with the communication back and forth between you and a student or you and a parent. I want to go ahead and share a little bit about the feature SignUp, which is attached to Remind. This is one of the ones I was most excited about because I could have parents digitally sign up for field trips, parent-teacher conferences, volunteer opportunities, even submit money. I'm not sure how my district feels on that, but all the other options are really nice. So I'm going to go to signup.com and I go to create a new signup. And I get to select what kind of sign up I would like this to be. For example, I want this to be multiple days because my conferences last throughout the week. And I want this to be parent-teacher conferences. I can go ahead and name this Wiggs Parent-Teacher conferences. My welcome message, if there was any information, I might just say, please, and look forward to seeing you. I can click my location, I can be more specific. I might put my room number so that parents know where to come once they're at school. They can share their invitation with others, allow participants to see who has signed up. Maybe I don't want them to see that. And allow participants to swap spots. So for example, they realize they can come at a different time and they can swap that easily. And then I can go ahead, I'm going to select my school because I'm already linked to that. I can choose to select a weekly status report so I can see who has signed up, maybe who has not signed up, any changes, so that's really nice. I can go ahead and I already have myself logged in here. If not, I could just easily put in my information right now. And then I come down to my organization or my organizer information. I can include my title, which they know I am the teacher, but maybe I needed to be more specific, 4th grade teacher. And if I wanted to include my school phone number, I could do that as well. What do I want from participants? Well, I want their phone number, and I would also like for them to include their student's name. So that way I know exactly who is signing up, and I want to make that required. And I only want them to be able to sign up for one thing, but this is a premium thing that I would have to then pay money for. So I'm going to go to continue on to next to start creating the spots. So let's say I'm going to create a new spot, and I want one person to attend parent-teacher conference. And I want to add shifts because mine are going to last for multiple days. So, or I'm going to have, and also have multiple conferences. So one person to attend parent-teacher conferences, and I would like this to start at 3:30 p.m. all the way until 6 p.m. And I want these to last 0 hours, 20 minutes long with 0 breaks in between. Then it automatically generates this for me, so I do not have to sit there and manually enter all that stuff in. I then just click apply. And I can even select when I would like this to happen. For example, if I want it to happen multiple days, I can select the dates in which I would like that to occur. If there's any extra details that I wanted them, please bring the field trip form or other paperwork, or if I sent out a survey of things they wanted to talk about, I might remind them to bring that to the conference. Then it automatically generates these for me. I'm going to go ahead and click OK. I could view and print this as well. That is an option. So you'll see that I have these 7 options here. The nice thing too is if a parent needed me to sign up for them, we saw each other at an event and said, hey, I can come Monday at 3:30, I can go ahead and put them in the Remind app for them if they were unable to do it. I can also upload any images if there was a picture I specifically wanted to use, or if I just wanted to use one of their already uploaded images, that I can use that as well. I can even change kind of the background that I want for my conferences. So maybe I want to use this Apple one. I can choose that. Again, just kind of making this a little bit more personalized, maybe a little bit more visually appealing when they are signing up. And then this is the part where I can easily click on Share on Remind. I could even do a link or send email invites, but I want to do mine right to Remind, and it's automatically going to launch my Remind app here. I'm going to click on my class, select participants. I want TCH 410, continue, And then I can even just customize this a little bit. Sign up for Wiggs parent-teacher conferences, and it has that information already in there. I can translate it if I need to, and I could even schedule this for a later time if I wanted to do that. I could go ahead and click send, and right away parents are going to get that message sent to them via text message as well as an email if that's what they chose. And it's super easy. You can see right here, they can click on the link and start signing up for the parent-teacher conferences immediately. Again, not having to worry about their student not bringing the form home. They can easily go ahead and sign up. So, oh, I want this slot. I can go ahead and sign up my information, putting my phone number and my student's name. I can then select as a parent if I want to get the updates. I can unclick these things. Something you should be aware of, though, is when the parents receive a reminder, it does include some advertisements. Over here, you'll see some advertisements. So that is something to be aware of. In the email reminder, they will get advertisements. So that is a little bit about doing the sign up feature, which is really nice for parents and for the teacher. By using Remind, I can take homeschool communication to the next level. I can make more connections because I can reach out to students and their families directly instead of relying on a student to give their parent a handout. Remind also allows for instant communication. I can send announcements and flyers digitally right to a family member's phone. Family members are likely to get on their phones throughout the day anyway, so why not update them about their student? Parents can access various resources simply by clicking on a link in the message or announcement. Finally, with Remind, I can include audio or video material, which is different from a traditional newsletter. My plan is to send out weekly or bi-weekly brief video updates about what we are doing in class. I can include announcements, questions to help encourage dialogue, ideas, and websites. By making these announcements a video, I am able to make my connection more personal and allow for all families to access the information. Some of my students' families do not have strong literacy skills, so getting an audio version of a bulletin can increase engagement. Remind also allows for me to easily send any assignments for unexpected digital learning days or even if a student is absent. The other part of my plan for Remind is to continue the home-school connection over breaks, including the summer. This summer, I want to remain in contact with my students and their families by sending out weekly or bi-weekly challenges. Some ideas include, send me a picture of you visiting a local library. Create something this week. It can be with blocks, Legos, in the kitchen, art, coding, digital tools, etc. Send me a picture of you in a new reading spot. Send me a picture of your completed public library summer reading log. Bonus if you include a picture of you enjoying one of your prizes. Record a video on Flipgrid of you reading your favorite part in a book you recently read, or a part of a book you are currently reading. The options are endless.